Hello and welcome. My name is Brenda if you're new here, and today is Saturday, February the 26th. I was supposed to film yesterday, but I had a little bit of amount of time to film and it was just kind of dreary outside, so I decided to just wait until today and see if it was brighter, and it is, so it was the right decision. Not really much to talk about what I've been up to, just same old, which is usual for me. So I'm gonna get right into my stitching, and I have two starts. I have actually one SAF, a start and a finish, and another start. So last time I had talked about the little smiley face emoji that I did for my mom, and I'll show you. Actually, no. That was a finish. I knew I had another. I was counting what I had here and I was like, I usually have 7 things. And I took some video when I finished it. I already gave it to my mom. So yeah, I have a finish, a start and finish, and a start. Okay, so I will start with the showing you what the smiley face looked like in the video that I took. So I don't have the stitch count for that one because it was on a paper pattern, but it's on just 14 count Aida 2/2. If I can find the kit that it was from, I will link that below, and that is for both emojis that I worked on. So yeah, that was fun and she liked it, and if she, whenever she finishes it, if she's okay with it, I will show you what she finished it into. So then the start and finish that I have is another little emoji, and I decided to do a heart. Now there's actually a darker color in here, a darker red, but I think they were so close I can kind of see it, but it's funny that it looks the same. It's a heart. So that's that, and I don't know the count, so that is on 16 count Aida actually, because I don't have any 14 count, so I just used 16 count and she was okay with that. So the other start that I have is going to be a gift for my brother and sister-in-law. So I finished my Christmas Sal recently, so I wanted to start up another Witchy Stitcher pattern. So this is from the Witchy Stitcher, and this is on 16 count Aida that I dyed, so it's more like an 18 count now. And actually, I'm gonna pause this real quick because I forgot to I'm gonna go ahead and show some fabric that I dyed. Okay, I went and got it. So starting with this new pattern, I was wanting to dye the fabric for it, and they decided that they wanted it to be like a darker blue, and I haven't dyed a darker fabric yet, so I was gonna give it a whirl. And so I tried first on this 28 count Lugana, and I dyed it twice, and this was how it came out. When it was wet, it was perfect. But this is the result, and I mean, it would have looked fine on here, but it wasn't what I was striving for. So this will just be used for something else in the future, possibly another Witchy Stitcher pattern. I don't know, we'll see. So I decided to do another try on Aida, and because I figured it would keep the dye better than the Lugana. So this is, like I said, on 16 count and 1/1. So this is the chopping maul from Witchy Stitcher, and I haven't finished this. It's gonna be, it's a maul, so this is gonna be one store, but I haven't finished it yet. There's Chucky and Tiffany. Made me laugh while I was stitching it. But yeah, so I was happy with how this fabric turned out. When I first dyed it, just like that one, I was trying to not fold more than I needed to fit into the container I had to get just a plain color, but it didn't really work 100%. There was a couple of spots where I did have to fold, so I decided to dye, and it was lighter than this blue, so it wasn't working anyway. So I dyed again with a similar a violet, and did the scrunching of your fabric in the jar method. So I was happy enough with how that turned out. I thought it was pretty, even though it wasn't what I was initially wanting. It was still pretty. So yeah, that's where they're at right now. So I'm excited to get that pattern going. Unfortunately, it's on the app doesn't want to convert into the pattern keeper. It's a little bit too big, so when I try to do it manually, it still doesn't work. So I'm having to do that on paper, so I don't know how many stitches is on that one either. And it's a little bit more of a difficult one to stitch because I did have to dye it twice. The holes are pretty almost non-existent looking, so, and being darker, it's a slower stitch, but it's turning out well. So anyways, on to the next. Got my stitching shelf, which has a bit of progress on here. I got 501 stitches in. This is 25 count Lugana 1/1. So I finished that book. Besides, I think there's one color that I don't have, so I'm gonna have to fill. It's right above there. But besides that, that one is done. So it'll be on to the next. I'm assuming I'm just gonna go one book. It's the next couple, the 3 books. They're thinner than this one, so we'll see how fast that happens. But yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. And the next thing I have, oh, and that is a stitching shelf from Heaven and Earth Designs. And I forgot last time to put what the finished product will look like, and I think the reason why I forgot to do that is because of all the styles that I've been doing that I don't have a finished photo, so sorry about that. Anyway, the next one I have is Roses and Lilies, which I got 440 stitches in, and this is on 18 count Ada, I believe, that I dyed, and it's from @Antique-Stitch on Etsy. So I worked on filling in another one of the grays, and so it's a little bit more filled in. So it was only just a little bit down here, but I got the 2 days in that I tend to work on stuff, and then I moved on. So that's the progress. Then I have my Nightmare Before Christmas Sal, which is also on 18 count Ada 1/1 that I ice dyed. And this one is from Story Stitches on Facebook. This is already finished, but it may still be available. I'm not sure. On her website, I can't remember. So that is how it's looking overall. I did get some in on the frame, which was 299 or 77. I can't tell my writing. But I just, I filled in a little bit more there. So as far as characters, I got, let me find them. The first one was this one, which is Corpse Kid. And then I got the elf in. He's cute. And then this one, I got the mummy. And then I got Beryl. Which I'm trying to remember which one that is. I can't remember. I think it's that one. For 340 stitches in on him. But overall, for all those 4 characters, it's 1,416 stitches, to be more clear, on the characters and the frame. So yeah, getting closer and closer to being done. This one I have to dog sit, so I'm probably going to take this one because it's the easiest for me to see, so there'll probably be a little bit more progress than there would have been this next time as well. So, and the last thing that I worked on and I'm really happy with is the Tale as Old as Time Sal that I have on 28 count opalescent Lugana, and that's 2/2, and this is also from Story Stitches on Facebook. So this one is still going, but I'm a few rooms behind. So last time I was talking about how I wanted to do some back stitching and see how that went in another room maybe. So I did do that. I did the back stitching on actually all 3. I'll get in closer here. So I did the back stitching on the Enchantress and Belle, and then I stitched up Maurice, and then it's the back stitching. So they're little details. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so I can show you. And it was fun stitching up. You see the little teapot, Mrs. Potts and Chip, and then the little footstool, Maurice. So yeah, I was trying to decide what I wanted to backstitch out of all of these. I decided to just go with them, but I don't know if I'm going to go back and do the all, you know, kind of the moon and clouds. I'm not sure. And this one I kind of just picked out, you know, just more character. I don't know. I think it looks okay, so we'll go with that for now and see. So that is all I have for this past couple weeks. And I'm happy with all the progress that I got there. It was fun to stitch. As far as what I've been watching and stuff, let's see. This past week, or past couple weeks, I guess, I haven't really felt like watching a lot of stuff, new stuff. I've been kind of in the mood to watch older stuff. So, but one of the new things that I have been watching is the Love is Blind show on Netflix, which I know it's kind of a, you know, a guilty pleasure type of show, but I don't typically watch those kind of shows, but something about that one, I enjoy it. I watched the first season, so when the second season came out, I decided to check it out. I haven't seen the last episode yet. It came out yesterday, but I was busy, so I'll probably watch that today. But as far as the old stuff that I've been watching, I watched Stargate, and I watched Labyrinth, and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original one. And I wasn't going to watch Labyrinth, even though I really wanted to, because there's a stitching pattern that I wanted to get eventually, and I will get eventually, and I wanted to watch it at the same time, which I still can, but I just saw that Netflix wasn't going to carry Labyrinth sometime at the end of this month, maybe already, I'm not sure. So I just decided to go ahead and watch it before it was off of Netflix. So that's all I got. So I will see you in a little bit less than 2 weeks, 1 day less. So yeah, I hope you guys are doing well and you have a great couple of weeks, and I will see you, then. So bye for now.